The Roman Empire lasted over 1,000 years, but even that is just a chapter in the saga of human power. Empires rise, thrive, and fall, guided by leaders who carry the fate of millions. Their choices shape history, echoing long after their monuments crumble. Imagine two such titans meeting, not rivals but legends from distant ages. One, a pharaoh, believes himself a living god, ruler for eternity. The other, a Khan, sees himself as chosen by the sky to conquer the world. Separated by millennia and continents, their worlds are as different as desert and steppe. Yet both are driven by an unshakable belief in their destiny to rule. This is a thought experiment, a journey into the what-if. What would happen if these two giants met? Would they find respect or only contempt? This encounter lets us peel back myth and legend to explore the true nature of power and ambition. The stage a place outside time, where history folds in on itself. Here, Pharaoh and Khan meet as living men, embodying their empires and the dreams of their people. Their meeting is more than a conversation. It's a clash of civilizations and visions of greatness. Meet Ramesses II, Pharaoh of Egypt for 66 years during its golden age. He was seen as a living god, the son of Ra, his health tied to the land's prosperity. His authority was absolute, his word law. Ramesses was a master builder, his legacy carved in stone from Abu Simbel's colossal statues to a new capital city. He built not just for glory but for immortality on earth. As a warrior, he faced the Hittites at Kadesh, returning home to proclaim victory and inscribe his heroism on temple walls. He understood that the image of power was as vital as power itself. Egyptian society was a rigid pyramid, god-king at the top, priests and scribes below, and farmers at the base. Life revolved around the Nile's cycles, tradition, and preparation for the afterlife. Their culture prized permanence, ritual, and a deep connection to their land. Egypt looked inward, confident in its divine perfection. Ramesses' world was one of order, stability, and the pursuit of eternal legacy. His monuments were meant to outlast time itself. In Egypt, the pharaoh was civilization. His rule was the embodiment of divine order. To his people, he was both king and god. Now, to the 13th century steppe, where Temujin, later Genghis Khan, rose from hardship to legend. Born into struggle, he survived betrayal and poverty, forging himself into a leader of iron will. He united the warring Mongol tribes under a single law, the Yasa, creating a nation where none had existed. His authority came from conquest and loyalty, not tradition. The Khan's empire was mobile, his capital a grand camp, his legacy written on the map, not in stone. The Mongol army was a force of cavalry, masters of speed, archery, and psychological warfare. They swept across Asia and Europe, bringing annihilation to those who resisted, but peace and trade to those who submitted. The Pax Mongolica connected distant lands, protected merchants, and enabled rapid communication. Life under the Khan was paradoxical, brutal for enemies but ordered for subjects. His was an empire of movement, always expanding, always hungry for new horizons. Genghis Khan's power was kinetic, his ambition boundless. He valued adaptability, loyalty, and the spoils of conquest. His legacy was not in monuments, but in the transformation of the world. The Mongol Empire looked outward, ever seeking new lands. The Khan was not a builder, but a world shaper. His rule was the embodiment of relentless change. Picture a white silk pavilion in a place beyond time. Ramesses arrives in regal splendor, carried by guards, adorned in gold and incense. He radiates divine order, expecting deference. Genghis Khan rides in on horseback, dressed for war, accompanied by battle-scarred generals. He exudes raw, practical power. No gold, just the scent of leather and horse. The pharaoh's throne is set, expecting the Khan to approach as a lesser. Ramesses sees the Khan's simplicity as weakness. The Khan stands firm, unbowed, hand on sword, unimpressed by gold and ceremony. To him, true power is loyalty and victory, not luxury. The air is tense. Two worlds, two definitions of power, neither willing to yield. This is not just a meeting, but a silent battle of pride. Each sees the other as alien, perhaps even dangerous. The stage is set for a clash of worldviews. The first divide is their worlds themselves. Ramesses Egypt, a green ribbon along the Nile, surrounded by desert, stable and inward-looking. Their culture prized order, tradition, and the perfection of what they had. Power was rooted, like the pyramids. Genghis Khan's steppe endless grass, no borders, life in constant motion. Mongol culture was nomadic, adaptable, and aggressive. Ambition was to expand, not preserve. Wealth, too, was different. For Ramesses, wealth was gold, grain, and stone, hoarded, displayed, and guarded. It was proof of divine favor and stability. For the Khan, wealth was mobile horses, cattle, skilled people, and knowledge. Gold was useful, but horses were better. Wealth was seized and shared to ensure loyalty. For Egypt, wealth meant permanence. For the Mongols, it fueled conquest. Each saw the other's values as alien. Their worlds shaped their ambitions and their empires. The collision of these values is at the heart of their imagined encounter. Their armies reveal their empire's souls. Egypt's army-disciplined infantry, elite chariot corps, designed to defend and project power locally. Campaigns were planned, supply lines secure, sieges common. The army was a tool of stability, fighting for a place and a legacy. The Mongol army, all cavalry, every man a horseman and archer. They moved fast, carried multiple horses, and used composite bows for deadly range. Light armor favored speed. Tactics relied on deception and psychological warfare. Feigned retreats, intelligence gathering, and coordination over vast distances were their trademarks. They mastered siege warfare by capturing enemy engineers. Their greatest weapon was fear. Cities that resisted were destroyed to terrify others into surrender. The Mongol army fought for the world, not a single land. Egypt's army was a hammer of order, the Mongols, a storm of chaos. Each force was perfectly suited to its leader's vision. Their methods reflected their ambitions, one to preserve, one to conquer. In war, as in rule, they were opposites. Inside the pavilion, silence breaks. A translator bridges the gap. Ramesses speaks first, regal and commanding. I am Ramesses, son of Ra. My kingdom was ancient before your people had names. My monuments will outlast your memory. By what right do you stand before me as an equal? Genghis Khan replies, voice rough but resolute. The eternal sky gave me the right. I build empires of men, not stone. My kingdom is the horizon, and I ride to make it wider. You rule the dead, I rule the living. The pharaoh scoffs. You are a destroyer, not a builder. Where is your culture, your art, your gods? Egypt is civilization. We bring light, you bring only the sword. Your power is fleeting, built on fear. Mine is eternal, built on faith. The Khan laughs. Your faith did not save you from invaders. You call a draw a victory. My law is obeyed from the China Sea to Persia. You rule from a golden cage, afraid of the world. I ride in it. I am its master. Their words clash. Order versus chaos, faith versus will, stone versus wind. Neither yields. Both see the other as a shadow of true greatness. The conversation is a duel of philosophies, as fierce as any battle. Each king is unmoved, certain of his own supremacy. Their exchange reveals the gulf between their worlds. Yet, in their defiance, there is a grudging respect. Both recognize the other as a force of history. Their meeting is a mirror, reflecting the limits and possibilities of power. In this imagined dialogue, we glimpse the heart of empire. The Pharaoh and the Khan, two visions, forever in tension. Their words echo through time, challenging us to define greatness. The conversation ends, but the questions remain. At the core, their ambitions diverge. Ramesses sought permanence, his name etched in stone, his dynasty unbroken, Egypt perfected for eternity. His legacy was depth, a stable, unchanging world, awe-inspiring monuments, and a lineage to carry his name. Genghis Khan's ambition was boundless conquest, uniting the world under his law, remembered not for buildings, but for the scale of his dominion. His legacy was breadth, a world system, the Pax Mongolica, and a dynasty of conquerors. Ramesses wanted to be remembered in place, the Khan in action, one built for eternity, the other for expansion. Their legacies were opposites, being versus becoming, stone versus wind. Each saw greatness in his own image. Their ambition shaped the world, and its memory of them. In their clash, we see two paths to immortality. What can we learn from this imagined meeting? Ramesses stands for stability and tradition, Genghis Khan for disruption and relentless will. One built an empire of stone, the other of movement. Both were masters of their age, yet their empires fell. No power is eternal. Ramesses' monuments buried by sand, The Mongol hordes scattered, yet their legacies endure. Egypt's art and architecture, the Mongols' global connections. History is not just dates, but the beliefs and ambitions of people. To understand them, we must see through their eyes. Their encounter is a gateway to countless other stories and comparisons. Each what-if deepens our understanding of the past and ourselves. The story of humanity is rich and endlessly fascinating. The more we explore, the more we understand our own world. If you're captivated by history's titans, subscribe for more journeys into the past.